If there's one word to describe my mood this week, it's frustrated because Star Trek is not on the air right now, and neither is much of anything else we're interested in. And there's not a whole lot of news coming out either, but we'll go over what we have after this. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and in Star Trek news we have a few things going on. First of all, I just want to mention to you that I was away last week. If you missed a video coming that way, we rarely miss at least a video a week around here, but we took a little time off last week and didn't get a video made. I have no excuse. But at any rate, I did go to IKEA, and this is not an ad for them. It just so happens we went to IKEA, and I have myself a new desk. And actually a desk. What I used to use here was a folding table that kind of creaked. So this is a little bit bigger, it's a little bit sturdier, and it's made out of bamboo, so I kind of like it. So that, for all it's worth. At any rate, Star Trek Prodigy is the first thing that's going to hit the network of the new Paramount Plus that will be a first-run Star Trek program. Now, it was originally slated to start on Nickelodeon, but that was back when CBS and Paramount were still separate companies. And now that they are the same, Paramount Plus has replaced CBS All Access, and they've combined the libraries of the Paramount films and TV series and also CBS. So Star Trek Prodigy is going to start on Paramount Plus, and it will later premiere on Nickelodeon. Now, this is a series that's made for children. It's done in 3D animation style. It is more aimed toward teens than adults, but I still think that probably would have something for the rest of us, at least worth a look. It's going to be a group of teens that are all aliens that are somehow find a derelict ship and go on it and have adventures. Seems to be enough of a capsule description of it. Also, we know that Kate Mulgrew as Janeway will be one of the characters, and Kate Mulgrew will, of course, voice that. We don't know if she's going to be Captain Janeway or Admiral Janeway in this production, so that's something to look forward to. We know that it's going to start sometime in 2021, but that could be April or it could be December. We don't know. It's and then it might not even make the target. So who knows exactly when it's going to start, but it looks like it's going to be the first one. Interesting thing a lot of people have said about Kate Mulgrew is that she's kind of difficult, actually. There was a problem between her and Jerry Ryan in Voyager because they had this nice little ensemble cast, and then they brought in Jerry Ryan, and she became kind of the main character. And there's always some conflict when things like that happen. And I had an opportunity to meet Kate Mulgrew, and I will say that she was reserved, but not unfriendly at all. She was very kind, not real talkative, but was nice when we saw her at a Comic-Con a couple of years ago. So anyway, we look forward to seeing what that will do. Second thing, Strange New Worlds, we heard, is going into production, starting shooting this week with Anson Mount and Ethan Peck and Rebecca Romijn as Captain Pike, as Lieutenant Spock, and Number One, respectively. They've also hired a whole new crew. They will replace some of the characters that were in the pilot episode, The Cage, like Dr. Phil Boyce will be represented, Yeoman Colt will be, and they'll have some other characters to round out the bridge crew. And we're told that in addition to this being a story of the week type of series, it's not going to have a long arc where one story is told over, say, 14 episodes, but rather it will be what they used to call a Planet of the Week type of format. We know that it's going to be an ensemble cast, so it's not all going to be about Pike. It looks as if every member of the bridge crew is going to have their moments in a main or a B story during this series. So it's all written, and they're starting filming on it now. It'll take some time for the special effects to get put in, and then for it to be scheduled. It will probably start sometime after Prodigy. So that will be the second thing that we'll see. Probably the next series we'll see will be Star Trek Discovery, which of course Burnham has now been made captain of Discovery, and they have promised also to have kind of Planet of the Week shows with kind of an underlying theme that they are trying to rebuild the Federation. It should be an interesting season of that. We don't know what's going to happen to Saru, although he's still in the main cast, although for some period of time he will be on Kaminar. So we figured that he will either come back as a Starfleet advisor, an ambassador, or something we haven't thought of yet. But not a lot of information has been released about that. And finally, we have found that Star Trek is going to get into Funko Pops. Now, a few months ago, I wouldn't have known what that was, but my children have given me some. I have this one. This is Bluto from Animal House, and these are very popular. They're plastic features. You can move their heads, and otherwise they have big heads and little bodies. They look almost like anime characters. It's from here of Doctor Who, the Tom Baker version of Doctor Who, and these things are incredibly popular. So they're going to be making Star Trek versions of these. The Gorn will be featured, something that looks like the Gorn Captain. Also Khan, Spock, and Mirror Spock, Kirk, Sulu, Uhura, and their mirror counterparts. And those are all going to be made available. These are available in different places. I think some of them are... you have to be careful when you're standing them up. Some of them are available at Walmart, some are available at Target, and virtually all the others are available everywhere else. But that's what's going on in the Star Trek universe. Not a whole lot, but we will find other things going on here in Star Trek and Doctor Who. There is some news about Doctor Who, and we'll talk about that fairly soon. And we'll try and watch enough of the Clone Wars to give you a good summary of that as well. Also, there is a Clone Wars coming next week to Disney Plus that was done by the same people that did Samurai Jack, and it is not canonical, but it has a different art style and might be interesting. So we'll look at that as well. So until we see you next time, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you'll know when the next video comes your way, so you'll know when to miss us if we don't show up one week. And until next time, don't go far.